Chelsea's summer rebuild is already starting to look like absolute madness because within the space of days, Enzo Fernandez's future has exploded into uncertainty. Xabi Alonso is now being forced to make a huge decision on Nicolas Jackson. Liverpool may have accidentally handed the market a world-class free agent in Ibrahima Konate. And now Manchester City are cycling Marc Cucurella, while Chelsea risks getting picked apart by Europe elites. We have a lot to break down. Before we dive into it, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, you know the shows. Help your boy get to that 10k subscriber mark. Let's dive into it. We need to talk about the latest on Enzo Fernández because the smoke around his future is officially turning into a wildfire. According to Ben Jacobs, Enzo Fernández wants to leave Chelsea. Chelsea prefer to keep him. However, the club are open to a sale. They would demand £120 million. Let that sink in. £120 million. If he wants out, that's the admission. Period. Personally, I look at the astronomical amount of money we invested to bring him to Stamford Bridge, and I think setting the bar at £120 million is entirely fair. It's business. If your heart isn't as London anymore and you want to leave, then find a club that will write us the £120 million check. And you can gladly fuck off. Don't get me wrong, if he decides to stay and fully commit to the badge, I'll be absolutely thrilled. He's a world-class talent when he's on it. But if he genuinely wants out, I get it. Football moves fast and we can't afford to carry players who are looking at the exit door. The hierarchy isn't planning to let this drag out into a grueling, summer-long reality TV show either. We need a clear head moving forward, especially with the new era we are building. Then Jacob followed up with another crucial update on the club's timeline. It's understood Chelsea wants Enzo Fernandez's future resolved quickly in order to provide stability for Xabi Alonso following a season of upheaval. Exactly. After that roller coaster of upheaval we just survived, the last thing Xabi Alonso needs is a drawn-out, toxic transfer saga disrupting his preseason. We need stability, we need focus, we need everyone pulling in from the same direction from day one. If Enzo is going, let's get it done fast so we can reinvest and retool. Naturally, when a player of Enzo's caliber is linked with a move away, the rumor mill starts spitting out massive names as potential replacements. Graham Bailey dropped a report claiming Real Madrid midfielder Willian Tchouameni and Eduardo Camavinga both as admirers within Chelsea recruitment structure and are viewed internally as players capable of helping offset Enzo Fernandez's departure should talks ever progress seriously. Now let's analyze this properly. Both Tchouameni and Camavinga are undeniably elite. Elite midfielders. They have the engine, they have the matrix, and the tactical intelligence that would make almost any squad in the world better. But if you're asking me down to the wire, I don't think I would take either of them to replace what we actually need right now. Instead of a straight midfield swap, I'm looking at a broader tactical picture. If you are talking about doing business with Real Madrid, I'm looking directly at Rodrigo. Think about it. He's coming off a massive injury layoff, meaning he didn't get a ton of minutes last season in Madrid. So his stocks might be in a realistic place for a negotiation. When you look at our squad right now, our left-hand side is screaming for dynamic, lethal left winger. Obviously, a move like that depends heavily on the exact tactical system and formation Xabi Alonso wants to deploy. But for me, a profile like Rodrigo offers the kind of explosive high IQ edge we need to completely transform our attack. But moving on, we need to talk about our striker department because a familiar face is packing his bag to return to Stamford Bridge. And Gil from the Daily Mail dropped a massive update on the future of Nicolas Jackson. Chelsea will welcome Nicolas Jackson back in the summer. The intention today is to allow Xabi Alonso to take a closer look at him. A sale can also not entirely be ruled out. Now, is this actually a good news for us? Honestly, it depends on how you decide to look at it. If you look at what we had to endure recently with Liam Delap leading our line, a man who managed to score exactly one lone Premier League goal all season, then yes, seeing Jackson back feels like a massive upgrade. But let's keep it entirely real. Just because Liam Delap was absolute rubbish for us doesn't mean Nicolas Jackson is now prime dropper. We all watched Jackson before he left. The man was a walking chaos agent. We have seen him miss absolute sitters, do completely ridiculous thing on the pitch, and picked up some of the most unnecessary, brainless yellow card and red card you ever see from a striker. Do I think he's a better footballer than Liam Delap? Of course he is. He's the far better option from the two. But he's basically the best rubbish in this scenario. if you catch my drift. And it's easy to forget why he even packed his bag to Germany in the first place. But Kenamgeo reports actually shed some brilliant light on what went down behind the scene before his loan to Bayern Munich. Sources within the Blues says Jackson is highly regarded internally. It has also been retaliated that the primary reason he joined Bayern Munich on loan last season was due to a breakdown in relationship with former head coach Enzo Maresca. The classic falling out to the coach. It makes total sense now. With Enzo Maresca completely out of the picture, the slate is wiped completely clean. But even with the hierarchy still holding him in high regard, and even with Xabi Alonso wanting to evaluate him properly during the preseason, I haven't changed my stance. If you ask me, my genuine opinion is that we still need to sell him this summer. We need to raise some proper funds, move past the chaos and bring in truly elite, ruthless, world-class number 9 if we want to compete at the very top. But hold on to your seat, because the transfer window has barely cracked open and we already have a grade A bombshell on our hands. Out of absolutely nowhere, the contract standoff at Anfield has completely collapsed and a massive Premier League defender is officially hitting the market. According to Fabrizio Romano, Ibrahima Konate leaves Liverpool as free agent, decision made after advanced talks to stay with fresh deal and confirmation from the player in April. Konate leave as no final agreement has been found over negotiation, as TalkSport reports. This is massive. A player of his quality available for absolutely zero transfer fee is a complete game changer. Now, if you look closely at his metrics, his overall performance this past season, I think we all can agree he's coming off a bit of a poor campaign. But let's be entirely fair and objective here. Konate is not a rubbish player, not even close. He's genuinely elite, physical, Premier League proven centre back who just happened to have one-off down year. He knows exactly how this league works and how brutal it can be. Besides, it's not like he's the only one struggling over there. Liverpool as a whole had a thoroughly disastrous season. Even Virgil van Dijk, a man who we know usually puts in flawless, solid week in, week out, looked completely human and very poor for them last season. So if you ask me if I would take Ibrahima Konate at Chelsea, in a heartbeat, absolutely. He's comfortably better than the vast majority of defensive options we have in the squad. If you partner Konate up with Levi Corey at the back, bro, this is flawless and perfect match on paper. But of course, when a world-class centre-back becomes available on a free transfer, you aren't going to be the only one on the dining table. The competition is already looking fierce. Fabrizio Romano dropped a follow-up detailing exactly how the land lies. Ibrahima Konate will assess his option to pick his next club, with 4 possibilities open. Real Madrid were keen on Konate, but left talk before Christmas to respect Liverpool. Now Konate is free to decide his next club without Liverpool involved. And right there is the massive catch. This entire dream of bringing him to Stamford Bridge only makes sense if Real Madrid don't go all in and decide to flex their muscle. Because let's be real, if Los Blancos come knocking with a contract offer, it becomes a completely different ball game for any player. And the media landscape is already completely split on whether we are pushing to make this happen. French sources L'Equipe claim we are absolutely throwing our hearts into the ring to try and secure his signature. Real Madrid has also maintained contact in an attempt to lure Ibrahima Konate. Bayern have as well. In England, Xabi Alonso's Chelsea intend to try their luck. It makes total sense why we would try our luck. If Chelsea are willing to put up the kind of astronomical wage package demanded, his leadership experience will be an unbelievable asset for the new project. But before we get ahead of ourselves, Kenamgeo immediately stepped in to pour ice water all over the French reports, claiming there has been no contact or indication of interest from Chelsea as of today for Ibrahima Konate. Classic transfer drama. 1 minute you are ready to battle Real Madrid and Bayern Munich for him, and the next, the local journalists are swearing we haven't even picked up before. Honestly, it's still incredibly early in the window, and to be blunt, Chelsea has been uncharacteristically quiet so far. It's actually a bit surprising how silent we have been. We haven't really been concrete linked with a massive flurry of players yet. But you know how this club operates. Things can change in a single afternoon. We just have to sit back, watch and see how this entire saga plays out. But moving on, when you thought the transfer market wouldn't get any more chaotic, another talking point has landed on our doorstep. Marc Cucurella is officially becoming one of the most fiercely contested names of the entire summer window. The latest report tying him to a move away comes straight from Italy via Spain, and it's a massive eye-opener. Enzo Maresca and Man City are interested in Chelsea's Marc Cucurella. Let that sink in for a second. Man City, Barcelona and Atlético Madrid are actively monitoring and are interested in Marc Cucurella. This is an elite lineup of European heavyweights. Looking at our left back, Cucurella has quickly transformed into an incredibly hot topic in this transfer market. And as I have maintained from day one, we just have to sit back and see what the club ultimate visions look like. A huge part of the decision will come down to tactics. Whether we intend to set up with a back three or a back four under the new regime is going to be absolutely pivotal in deciding whether we get rid of him or keep him in the squad. When you look at our current dressing room, we are an incredibly young side that desperately lacks elite top-level experience. Cucurella is a player who brings exactly that. He's battle-tested, he understands the pressure, he provides a veteran presence we can't easily replace. But outside the tactical debate, there's something else happening here that is genuinely starting to rub me the wrong way. I need to be completely honest about Enzo Maresca. The way this man has been consistently cycling back and moving towards our players since he left is becoming deeply jarring. Think about the pattern here. First, it was rumors and noise surrounding Enzo Fernandez. Second, it was whispers about Copama. Now he's actively coming after Marc Cucurella for Manchester City. Bro, it's honestly annoying at this point. It feels like we are straight up being bullied in the market by our rivals. Let's keep it real. This exact scenario is the precise reason we used to laugh at Arsenal fans for years. We used to mock them because their best players would get picked up apart by a bigger or more aggressive club the moment they show a bit of quality. And now we are basically being treated exactly like Arsenal used to be. People are moving to our top talent and tapping up our players like we are nothing, like we are just some feeder club. It's a bitter pill to swallow, and the hierarchy needs to draw a line in the sand, sooner rather than later. And finally, let's talk about our situation between the sticks, because the rumor mill is starting to turn for some of our backup options. Ben Jacob released a report detailing the growing market for Filip Jörgensen, and it looks like he has a fair admirers across Europe and beyond. Besiktas, Girona are three clubs who held interest in Filip Jörgensen in the winter. Saudi Arabia's side have also credited with an interest and have explored some high-profile goalkeepers. When you look at that list, Porto, Besiktas, Girona, and a massive money in Saudi Arabia, there is clearly a market out there for him. And honestly, if any of these clubs wants to come forward with a serious proposal, I say we pack his bag for him. Let's just be completely brutal for a second. For me, Jörgensen is just not that guy. He simply doesn't possess the elite, high IQ, top tier quality required to hold down the fort for a club with our ambition. We need a goalkeeper who commands the box, excels in his matrix, and inspires absolute confidence in the backline. Jörgensen isn't giving us that. If there is a genuine interest from the winter that could rekindle this summer, let's just get rid of him, clear out the dead wood, and find a proper elite number one. And with that said, that's the end of the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. You go be.